All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I normally just do GTII and ENZC on this, but I was asked to cover Mullen one more time. So I literally just made a Mullen video. I literally just said bad things, but today was a really interesting day, all right? And it's really what I was alluding to on the last one. This stock was just under the 8 and the 20 for far too many days. Really, none of these even got over it. So literally since this day, since early July, not even really middle, right? But yeah, let's even just say middle. We have been under the 8 and the 20. And my worry was we were either going to come back to all-time lows or, hey, we at least needed to believe we were coming up. And today was important. I wish today closed a little better. But hey, I'm not going to take away from this. We are over the 8 today. And we're actually pretty good over the 8 today, all right? So it's not like we just closed right here or something. Wish we were over this line. But hey, that's a decent distance from down here to up here, okay? So, I normally do, I'm a little critical on this stock. I'm not going to pretend I'm not, but I try to give it credit when credit is due. That's for sure, all right? GTII is a little bit of a sad one, okay? I don't know what it looks like today, so I'm actually really hoping today did recover. I looked at it yesterday, and man, the reaction to the last moving average fail has been ridiculous. It actually really, really has. I don't remember if it was the 100 or the 50, but we'll talk about it when we get there. And then look, ENZC. Again, I didn't look at that one today. I know I saw it yesterday. And yesterday, it looked like it was no longer going horizontal and it was starting to go a little more downtrending than I thought it was even on last week. And I remember last week or last video, whenever I made it, it was a little bit of a concern on my end. So yeah, I'm hoping good things happen between yesterday and today on GTII as well as the ENZC. But before we go any further, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term, We'll use our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, especially if you can actually share the video. But I swear, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated, okay? So look, let's get into Mullen, and the first thing I'm going to do is I am not going to pretend I was bearish yesterday, all right? I saw this candle and for sure believed we were going to come down here well more than I thought we would wick 17, let alone close up here over the 8 moving average. That is for sure a fact, all right? I am not here pretending I didn't say something yesterday, all right? Again, looking at yesterday, the RSI had slipped back under. Volume had consistently been pretty bad. And again, MACD is just kind of doing whatever, still in the negative, right? Today, I don't have a crystal ball, right? Like no amount of technicals, like even I have a better one on my personal one. I use something I call the one. This doesn't exist, by the way. There are no members. I got to rename that thing is what I got to do. But even with more and better indicator stacks and more, dude, no one, I promise you, no one knew that today was the day that this thing was going to go from literally 12 cents to 17 cents. And look, someone tried to give me some, some guff, we'll use a good word, right? Because I call that a big move. Dude, that's a big move. When you're going from 12 to 17, you're a penny away from a 50% run. All right. Again, didn't hold it, but that's one of my resistances. It definitely was basically the top of these. Like a really good trader would have caught that and banked that 50% for sure, for sure. All right. So as much as I'm, number one, was very, pessimistic yesterday, I'm not here taking away from the good. And really the biggest good is getting me back over the 8 moving average. All right. Nothing good happens under the 8, let alone under the 8 and the 20. All right. Now, what needs to happen, what has been the entire story from here to here, what's been the entire story from here onward, it has to get over this 20 moving average. And when I say get over, I don't mean during a part of the day. Because yeah, the thing that's down here at 15, I don't care. I don't care if it runs to 25 in the middle of the day and then comes back down here. Dude, the only thing that matters, dudette, right? Like, I'm not saying dude, just I'm loving all the girls that are coming to this channel, right? But nothing matters more than closing over this 20 moving average line. Again, this day doesn't do it. This day opens up here. Look at the box over there. It opens at 28 right here. It goes as high as 32 cents. But then, you know what? It says, nah, never mind, and closes down here at 22 cents. The number, the green one on top, and you can see the orange lines right here. All right. Same thing happened here. Same thing happened here. Same thing happened here. Dude, this 20's been no joke. The day the 20 breaks, all we have is red, 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 red. Gap meaning nothing. Red, 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 red. Like from here to here is money in the bank. All right. We're talking about going from basically, dude, even just going from 17 all the way to 31. What? That is almost a 2x. I'm telling you, it's much better to avoid the noise and get in on the confirmation than it is to, you know, play this guessing game, because we've been here before. We've fallen so far. We've gotten really close and then we fall again. We've now gotten back really close. Dude, unless it tells me otherwise, we're doing this again and we might do this again. And after we did this for a bit, that's when the reverse happened, right? Again, I'm not here pretending I know that there's a reverse happening. I'm not trying to spread fear or any dumb rumors, but dude, history repeats itself. It does. All right. Even on a bigger scale, it goes down, it comes up, it goes down, right? And like, we're not even close to other moving averages, but this goes below the 8 to the 8, below the 8, better, but below the 8 to the 8, below the 8 to the 8, below the 8, super tight, super tight. This one went down. Unless it makes me believe we're going up here, dude, we're coming back to the 10. So again, today was important. Today, I'm happy. Mullen has the ability to come to 900 million plus shares any given day it wants. Mullen has these special powers. These 4 little random letters that are together have these powers that other stocks don't. No stock is better than, I don't have any influence on these lines. Just remember that, all right? These are computer generated based on the closes and stuff, right? So I have no influences there, and I'm telling you, I respect those lines a lot. So aside from the volume jump, I don't really want to talk about the MACD and the RSI because, again, the entire price dictates on closing over that 50 moving average. It's sitting at 15 right now. Again, 17 cents puts you above the biggest candle to the left, and it puts you in a nice red, 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 green, 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 green position to potentially 31, the 50 moving average up here, right? So today was good. Tomorrow's confirmation matters so, so much more. I didn't do it yet. What's after hours doing? That's fine. I know I saw it go down a little bit. Dude, all it did was go down a little bit. It is in my head holding. More importantly, it's actually still above the 8 moving average. I'll just show it one more time zoomed in. That's fine. Hold this line, close up here tomorrow, all right? Those are what needs to happen. Those are what need to happen right there, all right? So that was Mullen. What was the next stock I was gonna do? Oh my gosh. Damn. I think I forgot. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this and give me a second. Wow, I'm so sorry. That's how long it's been that I've talked about this. GTII. All right, let's take a look at GTII. Okay, first and foremost, I don't say this on any other videos, but I'm going to say it on this. I know there are a lot of passionate people that hold this stock. I know it, right? And please know, I am not here to spread fear. I am not here to tell you what to do with your money. I'm trying to give you an impartial view in a world filled with passion and very much, you know, the sky is blue when sometimes it's not, okay? Man, I said it in the beginning, and the answer was the 100 moving average. The run to the 100 is beautiful. It's textbook, right? Break these, go to this, break that, go to that, okay? The reaction afterward should have been up right here, all right? You get over the line, you fail it, you come back to the line you just broke, and then you bounce and you go. And man, this thing actually opens above the 8 right here, all right? And that drop down was devastating. It was. There's no other word for that. Because again, boom, boom, boom is how it should have gone. And instead, we come down here and we're basically now kind of in a cluster of these 3 lines. Really, I mean, today is good, right? It got us over this, but yesterday we were under all 5 moving averages again, right? Like, it's horrible that this is really perpetuated by such bad volume, right? None of the days, only a couple are getting over the 50 moving average line. Obviously, they're more selling than buying given the red candle instead of the green candle, right? But more people are selling it, and even worse, less people are coming and buying. All right, just look at these tranches. The 50 moving average was up here at 1.4 million. Very quickly, we dropped down here to 900K, whatever it is, 800K if you look in the box over there. We're now down to here at 600K. Like, we are very quickly losing interest from the market on GTII. That's not good. And as I zoom out, man, it was as high as 3 million at one point. Volume is king. Let alone do you want a lot of volume that's over the 50 moving average? Man, you at least need interest to hold or go up, not go down. And generally, if interest is going down, you're gonna see sells, right? When people are interested, they buy, right? When they're not interested, it's really easy to just, I don't call it manipulation. I don't. I think the word manipulation is a really easy crutch. I think it stops us from learning and I do believe that there are better answers than short attacks and manipulations. And to me, this 50 moving average line is a really easy explanation. When this thing used to, on an average day, average is C, right? Like, average students are not in the honor roll, baby. Like, average students barely pass sometimes. When you're averaging 3 million and then all of a sudden you're averaging 600K, you can't expect a lot of good things. And truth be told, sorry to zoom in and out like that, this point right here to where we sit is not a bad price action for that hard a drop. Relatively speaking, it's kept it moderately horizontal. There was some good, there was some bad, basically where we're at, right? Give or take. Because again, on this day right here, we were basically at this line at 120. We're unfortunately at under $1, right? 88, but you get the point, right? So, relatively speaking, for that big a volume decrease, I think the price, relatively held well. But man, there are technical things that need to happen for me to believe this is going to go up. It starts with RSI's picking up and MACD's picking up. I'm glad we're still relatively near the 0. I'll say that. But this is essentially what I'm looking for. Get me over this 20 right here. Get me at 96 cents. And there's a lot of reason to believe we actually might come up to this $1.13, if not even just a little higher again at a second reattempt at 120. That's a real good swing right there. That's actually more than 20%, because the dollar to $1.20 something would be 20 something, right? So even a little under is beautiful, right? So there's a lot of green, red, hopefully quick green. And look, I do have this line, but in a lot of ways, I think this is a pretty insignificant line. There's a baby plateau here, and there's a good 50%. I guess the bottom, maybe this is actually a pretty decent line. All right, I kind of take that back because I kind of look at all the qualifiers. But, I can really see a good break of the 20 actually smash this 113. And again, break the 20, go to the 50. Break the 50, go to the 100. And obviously these two are a little backwards the way the lines are, but you get it. Get over these 3. You'll want to come to number 4 up here, right? So do I believe the 100 is going to break? No, I don't just yet. I think if this can break pretty violently and, the indicators start looking good, yeah, my tone will be so much better, right? But for now, this is going to be a hard line to get over. Getting into the 96 realm will be hard. But if it happens, there's reason to believe good things actually, because even behind this, red, 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 right? Like it should be a pretty, and then again, all the way to here, right? Red, 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 red. This is kind of like, yeah, oh man, just get over this little cluster. That's what needs to happen. The last thing you really want to do, like I said, is lose this. I haven't talked about this 70-cent line in quite a while. It actually hit the last time we talked about it, and I mean, you know, don't get to 70, and for sure don't lose 70. We'll look at the weekly, but I don't think that there's much on the weekly. I mean, this is actually not that great, right? We're under all 5 moving averages. The first one's kind of tied up there, but that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Over all 5 and fly over, under all 5 and die. And the problem is this could bring weeks and weeks and weeks of pain. All right. So, dude, don't lose 70. Don't get to 70, obviously, because that's a hard drop from where we're at right now. But for real, that's actually a 20% drop from where we're at right now, right? 8.16, lose 16 cents right there. You're still over 72. So, hey, be careful here. I think there's a little bit more to be scared about than like. This reaction to the 100 was actually really disappointing and super sad. Oh, wow. Yo, this happened today? I had no idea. Okay. All right. Listen, this is good. Now, am I super happy? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excited Twitter people today, okay? And rightfully so. I don't want to take away from things, all right? This is probably either the biggest or second biggest candle in this view right here. I can't tell if this one's bigger or this one's bigger, okay? That said, look, this was wildly important because you heard how I started the video if you did. For the last few weeks, I was saying this is going to go horizontal, this is going to go horizontal, this is going to go, and it did. The last video I made, I don't remember if it was in this week or this week or this week. I haven't really been like as consistent with these ones, but I started saying, hey, look, we're not going horizontal anymore. We're actually starting to go a little bit down. All right. And I remember there being some really scary drops if really scary things happen. And look, we lose this line. And I always say it, it's the day after that matters. You have to confirm. And this is not confirmation. This is a doji. Doji does not count. And you'll always hear me say it. Day after the doji tends to tell the truth. This is a really interesting candle the day after the doji. All right. My honest answer here is I would still very much avoid this stock, and really there isn't like I'll get in from here and ride it up here. Like there's like this from here to here is not a lot. It's 2 cents. The juice ain't worth the squeeze right there for me. I guess maybe it kind of might be because you're talking about, no, it's not 2 cents. It's 0.02. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's not there, right? I would enter here. This is the money line. Get over that blue line. Get over that 100 moving average. Let's look at the box over there. 0.54. 0.55. That's the money line. That is, look, maybe just even go a little safer. Look, there's no such thing as safe, but this is the line I'm going to now draw. I'm going to draw that. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to lower this just a little bit. Okay. I believe this is our money line. Look, that actually lines up pretty well with the bottom of this. More than anything, I took 50% of that, okay? But get me here. Green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. And we can make some really silly money from this 5 to 8, 5 to 9, all the way maybe up 5 to 13. Those are only pennies, but real big double-digit percents, okay? For me, I don't want the noise between 0.45 and 0.58. I just don't think it's worth it. If you're a little more risk tolerant than me, hey, you can do 0.55, 0.56. But the next penny is not worth. The next penny is a 20% move. It is, right? On top of this 10% that from today, right? That said, the several pennies are the better move in my head, right? So one more time. You can easily argue 100 moving average line 0.547. I think this, based on the 50% candle, it actually lines up pretty well with this little insignificant other green one right there, right? So, yeah, I think that's actually some pretty good comments here. I'll be so honest. I'm really glad to see that 10% day. I know that's going to make the Twitter world really happy. Hey, you guys deserve it for sure. Like I said, I was really worried that this horizontal week after week after week was starting to go into downtrend, 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 right? So needs to get over the 8 and the 20. You know, if you watch my videos, the 8 alone is not enough. Got to get over the 8 and the 20. But for me, these are just way too tight. And for all I know, this is something I've also seen. First we're horizontal here, then we're horizontal here. Maybe we just kind of start going horizontal there. Sorry for the noise right there. But I've seen like horizontal, you know, plateaus. I think that's a good word for it, right? But hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Today was an important day. I promise you tomorrow's confirmation matters more. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, hey, thank you, thank you.